this point, we are sitting in front of a Windows desktop PC. This application will work the same whether you're on a Windows computer, a laptop, an Apple Mac, an Apple MacBook, any type of desktop computing device or laptop device. What we've done here is, using our browser, we've gone to the Lionel Collectors Club of America website, which is www.lionelcollectors.org, and this is the homepage for the LCCA. And the first step that we will do once we get to the homepage is we will enter our member ID and password, and my member ID is 27042, and my password. I click on Go, and at this point it takes me to the members only portion of the LCCA website. And again, it says, welcome John, and so forth. But what we will do is we will move over to the left-hand column here, the various options, and we will click on the option called Digital Publications. As you can see, again, we are looking at the Digital Publications page. And as I scroll down here, notice that we have some new options now. All 11 products are now available right from this website. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on probably the item that most people are usually interested in viewing, and that is the Lionel post-war catalog. So we're going to click on that. And again, we're running right off the LCCA website, and here we are to what I like to call the Digital Archive homepage. Now, each product is designed such that we all have manuals, binders of catalogs and magazines and so forth in our libraries. And to view one of those binders, in other words, we want to pull it out of our bookshelf, we merely click on the appropriate binder. I'm going to click on 1950 to 1959. And now we will see all the covers of the various catalogs. We're going to choose the 1950 Golden Anniversary catalog. And now it's as though we pulled that catalog out of the binder and we're sitting with it in our lap. And you'll notice that we're looking at the cover of the catalog here. And using these command options over on the upper right-hand corner here, we can very easily page through the catalog by clicking on the next page option. For example, next page. Now I'm looking at pages 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and so forth. If I just want to go back, I have many ways of doing it, but I'm going to click on the little back arrow button. This is pages 2 and 3 here. I can also scroll from the left-hand side to the right-hand side to view the entire full width of the catalog spread. If I am interested in removing these commands as I'm looking at a particular page in the catalog, I can click on either page, either side of the catalog, and now I can see the catalog without having the commands there. So I can get a fuller view of a particular catalog. Now, using your browser, you also have the ability to change your screen resolution. And your screen resolution will allow you to change how much of the catalog you see on a given page. And every product has a frequently asked questions section. They're called FAQs. And there's an explanation in there about how to change your screen resolution to basically put more or less data on the screen. But you can also do it kind of dynamically by hitting the Control+ or Control- key. That will enlarge or decrease, for this particular page that we're viewing, the resolution of that particular screen size. So now I'm going to page back. You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, not only can I go page by page, but we have a page index. So if I wanted to jump immediately, for example, to pages 28 and 29, I click on that, and now I'm looking at pages 28 and 29. So very easy to move around in the catalog. I can use the navigation commands in the upper right-hand corner and go page at a time. I can also jump to the next catalog if I were to choose to do so, or I can move around to a specific page in the catalog. So very easy to move around from one page to the next. Now, by pressing the back key, I'm going back to the directory of all the 1950 catalogs. I'm going to press the back key again and go back to the home page for this particular product, which is the post-war consumer catalogs. You'll notice on the left we have a number of options here. We have an introduction option, table of contents, regular features. Here are the facts that I was referring to earlier. It stands for frequently asked questions. And the exit tab. Anytime you select the exit tab, that will take you back to the members only page that has all of the LCCA digital publications listed. So if you want to exit quickly, you can select that and it will take you back to that particular page. What I'd like to talk about first is the table of contents here. And by selecting the table of contents, we have listed all of the O-gauge, or I shouldn't say O-gauge, all of the sets and engines that are listed in every single catalog through the particular period that's covered by this particular archive. For example, the post-war period. So for example, we can see in 1946, these are all of the 27 gauge sets, all of the O gauge sets, all of the engines, etc. So if I want to search for a particular engine, let's say that I'm interested in searching for engine 681, the Pennsylvania turbine, I can use my browser search or find option. I'm clicking on find here. And now in the lower left-hand corner, it says, what would you like to search for? Now, it remembers the last time I did a search, I entered 681, but I could enter anything. I could enter turbine, I could enter a set number or anything I'm interested in viewing. Click on the little option that says Find Next, and sure enough, here is engine 681, PRR steam, 688 or 686. It participates in set number 2150 WS. By clicking on that option, I can very easily go to this particular catalog, which is the 1950 catalog, and sure enough, there is steam engine 681 in set number 2150 WS. Now, before we return back to the LCCA digital publication homepage, I would like to talk about an additional option along the left-hand column here, and you'll notice that at the very top there's an introduction. Every HSL digital archive product has an introduction. Many of these are written by well-known historians of Lionel, including Roger Clark from Classic Toy Trains and Bill Schmilk, a well-known LCCA author. But each introduction describes in more detail the content of the publications in a particular archive. For example, if we click on Introduction here, we will see an overview of Lionel catalog history from 1945 to 1969. And this particular archive starts out with a general overview of World War II and what Lionel was doing during that time frame. And then on a year-by-year basis, there are discussions about the catalogs themselves, the products that were in the catalog, things that were going on within Lionel. And it provides a very rich history of Lionel for a given time period. And with all of these archives from 1900 to 1995, if you were to read all of the introductions, you would get a great overview of Lionel history over that entire 95-year period. Okay, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the back key here, and we're going to go back to the table or the homepage of the digital publications on the LCCA website. The Lionel magazine series operates very much the same way, and I'm just going to click quickly here on the Model Builder Digital Archive, and I want to show you again, we can click on any binder. For example, this is 1937 to 38. These are all the covers for the magazines in 1937 and 1938. I can click on one of those covers, and now I'm actually looking at the particular magazine. That's the cover there. We're looking at pages 2 and 3 here, 4 and 5, and so forth. Very easy to move around. Click on the back option here. There's another neat feature in all of these products called regular features. Over on the left-hand side here, if I click on regular features, it will display for you common themes that are occurring in all the magazines or catalogs of a particular series. I also want to mention for the Model Builder series, because we now have these sitting out on the LCCA server, one of the things people do like to do occasionally is to search the entire table of contents of all 80 issues of the Model Builder. Well, since these products were delivered as 2 separate products, it used to be in the past, if you were to search those, you would search one product, and you'd have to pop out the CD, put the other CDN to click the other 40 magazines. It was broken down the first 40 and the second 40 publications. But now what you can do, because they're residing on the server, is you can search through the first table of contents for a particular item. And if you don't find it, you'll notice that we are searching the Model Builder Digital Archive 1937 to 1943. By clicking here, I can jump immediately to the archive that is 1944 to 1949 and continue searching. So it's very easy to search all 80 magazines through both products, even though you're only seeing 40 publications per issue, just as the product was delivered initially. That's a nice new feature that we've added since it sits on the server for the LCCA.